Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Deal podcast. Today, we have a very special guest. If you want to introduce yourself.
I'm Josh.
Yes.
Woo, long time no see.
Tell us about your role on the Real Deal and what has gotten you here.
Oh, okay. So, for those of you who don't know, I am one of the executive producers of RD. This is my senior year of my undergrad. And I was originally like the talent producer and the PR producer last year. And then the year before that, I was the host and the talent producer my first year here at Ball State. So it was kind of just like a natural progression.
Yeah. Why did you originally want to join the Real Deal?
So I went to Super Party. Super Party is held every fall for CCIM and like all of those majors, and they were like down the hall right by the doors, and one of the previous EPs was like, you should join our club, and I was like, why not? So then I came to the first day, and kind of just like you, Rosemary, I kind of just ended up auditioning and then getting the host, and then it was kind of just like the rest was history.
Yeah, so true. Did you like being a host, or what were your thoughts on that? Because I feel like...
No. And that's because I don't think I really wanted to do it.
Right.
But there wasn't like a ton of people who auditioned that year. And I was like willing to do it because I do like, being on camera and having like something to do like that. But I like the behind the scenes work at least, just because like professionally I probably wouldn't be somebody that's on the camera.
Yeah, and I feel like you're really good at the PR part of it and like staying in contact with the people that we have to be in contact with. Yeah. If you could go back...
Oh, I thought I was supposed to draw.
It doesn't... Yeah. You can draw whatever. The printers weren't working, so we don't have a coloring sheet today. But I can show you what it looks like, or what it was supposed to look like. I need to just start printing them like way ahead of time, because I always come early and then I still don't have time. I found this on your Instagram.
Cute.
Which is a really cute picture.
I remember that picture.
Yeah, you can probably kind of see it. But anyway, something exciting happened this past weekend.
What?
Wait, I don't remember what day it was. Your birthday.
Oh, yeah, it was on Tuesday.
Oh.
I had this
Not weekend, week.
The same birthday as our head writer, Seth.
Yes.
So I guess we're twins.
True. So how old are you now?
I am officially an elderly human. I am 22.
Wow.
But it's okay because I got told I looked 18 the other day.
Really?
Which was really nice.
That is nice.
I was like, aw.
Do people like check your ID when you go places?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever not gotten my ID.
I feel like that's a compliment though. Like, if you're only 22.
I'm like, but after a while it gets kind of annoying because it's just like
you still don't believe
babe, like I'm an adult.
So what did you do for it?
Well, I went out to Brothers on my birthday, so that was interesting. And then that day I went home because I had a dermatologist appointment, and then I also had to vote. So I went with my sister to vote, and then I just hung out with my sister for a while, and then saw my mom. She bought me like an outfit, and then I ended up back in Muncie, sadly. Yeah, it was pretty chill. I know this weekend I'm going home and we're doing like a family thing.
That's fun.
How
big is your... Sorry.
No, you're good. You can go.
I was going to ask how big your family is.
Oh, it's like, it depends. Like my immediate family is pretty small. I live with my mom and my stepdad, and then my dad lives in Florida.
Oh, okay. And
then my sister, she lives on her own. And then
how old's your sister?
She's really old. She's 26.
Really old.
So yeah, I'm the youngest one. It's pretty crazy.
Do you resonate with like the younger sibling?
Yeah, I don't know if I would have been a great older sibling. I feel like it would have been...
I don't think I would have guessed that you were a youngest sibling.
That's interesting. I don't know if I've ever gotten that.
Really? People assume you are a youngest sibling?
I don't know. I don't really know if like people like assume.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really like talked about it.
Do you know what I am?
You give like middle child. I don't
am
know
middle
why.
Child.
You just give middle child.
I'm middle child, but also my brother is 30, and so like he didn't really like he was moved out kind of before I could remember.
Yeah.
So I kind of resonate more with older sibling stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
But I am the middle child.
Yeah.
Are there any like birthdays in your memory that stand out a lot?
Okay, so there was one time in high school where I was having a party, and this one was actually one of the good ones.
What does that mean?
And I've just had several encounters in my life where like friends are just not there. But it's
Like on your
okay.
birthday?
Yeah, and this is
Okay.
just a specific example of that because
Okay.
they were there, but they were really like actually terrible to me.
Oh.
Because she like came to my party and like was friendly to me and like everybody else. And then the next day on my actual birthday, she texted me and was like, "Hey, I really don't think we should be friends. I think you're like pretty like just not good for me in my life right now." And like we hadn't had beef or anything.
Yeah.
If anything, like she was the one that kind of was like rude because like she was like kind of mean to me and like our friends.
How
but
old?
that was an interesting thing. It
Yeah,
was like
that is
freshman year.
interesting.
And I was just sad because it was like, what girl? Like, what?
Yeah.
And then
Would
I was
you-
like texting everyone and they were like, yeah, like, what's going on? And then I saw her at a party at IU, like,
recently?
yeah, within the past year.
Oh my gosh. Did you say hi?
Yeah, well, I went to one and then I saw her and I didn't speak to her. And then the next time I saw her, I was like, are we like good? Because like we never talked after that.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said it was what year?
This like past year.
No, like the birthday party.
Oh, freshman year.
So you didn't speak after that? Did you
No.
respond?
I feel like we were like talking for a little bit about it, but it was just kind of like I'm not dealing with
She was
that.
just done. That's so interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I hate when people.
But it was
like,
a good party.
That's good. Yeah, but then she like ruined it the next day.
Yeah, it was just brutal because I was like, why would you do that on my birthday?
Yeah, that's kind of like people talk about when they're in a relationship and like
what to do.
get broken up with right before their birthday.
Yeah.
Or get broken up with right after your birthday. I feel like
I
I,
feel like
would
you should
prefer
just do
getting
it, like, right away.
I
Like,
would-
get it over with.
right. I think I would prefer getting broken up with before my birthday because then if I get broken up with after my birthday, then like we had the birthday and all those like good memories or
No,
whatever.
exactly.
And then you're just gonna break up with me and then I'm like, okay, so it was all fake.
Yeah.
Or like tainted. You
Literally.
know? So I agree with that.
Literally.
So you talked to her when you saw her at IU.
Yeah, we're like chill now, but like
That's good.
I'll never forget.
True.
JK. I mean, I probably will when I'm like old.
So when you have like this is kind of I don't know, a random question, but when you have like problems with people, what's your like confrontation style? Because some people are very non-confrontational and just kind of wait for the other person to bring it up. But what do you do?
I like to bring it up.
Yeah.
I think if you let things linger, it can be like toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just need to like talk about it. Like it's okay to have tough conversations and it's okay to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And I especially feel like this age, like in college, people are like actually terrible at that. And I'm not the best either. Like I have my
but
own
like you're
flaws.
aware of it.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know. I think everybody's so focused on like their life and like what they want to do with it because like
Mhm.
you know we're in college, we're here to like expand our future, and I feel like people can get really focused on like themselves.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And
I
I
don't know
feel
where I
like-
was going with that.
Well, I feel like it is harder too because you don't have like close friendships going into it, so it kind of just does feel like you against everyone else.
No,
But, like-
literally, and
But like
that's-
you should be able to build friendships and like rely on people. But I like it feels I can understand feeling like it's you against the world,
no,
you know.
literally, and it's so annoying because when I get like that, it's like doomsday.
Yeah. So we kind of talked about this when Avery was on, but like because you're a senior, is there anything that you would have done differently like with your college experience?
Yes and no. I like did a completely different route. Like I did like community college for like a year
Mhm.
and like worked a lot, and then I came here for 3 years. And I like I was social for the first couple of years, but this year like I've joined like some random things,
Mhm.
and it's just like because I like want community,
Right.
And it's like I feel like if I would have gone to college like on campus like my first year,
Mm-hmm.
I would have possibly
Yeah, you would have been like
had
thrown
that.
into
Yeah.
that.
And I think a lot of me back then was like just scared,
Mhm.
because like that idea of just like living on campus is just like crazy. Like I lived on campus for 2 years and I hated it because I felt like I was like only a part of Ball State. Like there was nothing else in the world. Like when I
Yeah.
didn't have my car, that
Yeah.
was crazy.
That's how I felt too. And I don't know if I've talked about this before, but like just living in the dorms is such a drastic change from living in a house and not having my car because
Literally.
it really does just feel like I'm like trapped there. And it was nice and like I liked having my dorm window and being able to see people like out and about.
Yeah,
then
that was so cute.
And it like
that.
motivated me to go out because I was like, oh, those people are going out. Like I should
I
go
have to get out
talk
of
to
here.
people and like do something. But at the same time, like you just, I don't know. Now, like living in a house, I feel so much more like individual. And I was dreading coming back to school, and like it's made me realize how much I just didn't like the dorms.
Yeah.
Like before, I was like, oh yeah, I could live there again. Like the people I want to live with don't want to live there, so I'm not going to. But like I could have done that. I don't really care. But now I'm like, I would not go back.
Yeah, living in an apartment has just like made me like better because
Yeah.
like I can just get away from here and like get away from this world.
Yeah, and also like the fact that we share like a living space with another person is just like crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't.
I lived with like another man, obviously, and that was not the best experience.
Your first year here.
Yeah.
Did you know him going into it? Or?
No, he was just like kind of messy and like it wasn't like our like lifestyles just didn't bond that way.
Yeah.
So then I got my own dorm for like a year and a half, and that was fine. But
what dorm were you in?
I was in Boxwin. It's like technically
yes.
like the media dorm.
Yeah.
It's pretty chill.
I had to decide between that and DHO, which is the honors.
DHO's really nice though.
I like it. I feel like Botswan is nicer.
Really?
But DHO was just closer to everything, which I preferred, especially in the winter when I was like, I don't even want to get out of bed, let alone.
I'm
like,
really scared about that for this year
because
I love living in an apartment, but I have to drive here. So then I park at the commuter lot, and then it's just like I feel like in the winter I'm not like gonna like
have the motivation
be here at all. Like I'm not gonna come on campus.
I know. I don't drive. I walk, and it's like a 10-15 minute walk, which is fine. And like I've been biking recently, but just like when it's cold, I'm not gonna want to do that at all. Literally. And like I'm really trying not to skip classes right now because I'm like I'm gonna want to in the winter, and I need to like save my.
I've been skipping class like
really
crazily this semester.
I've skipped 2 of my walking classes, and I've been feeling really guilty about it. I skipped it today. Actually.
I hated that class.
Was your teacher bad?
Yeah, she was just like kind of rude, low key. No offense.
Was she young?
No.
Okay, mine is young.
No, she's not.
I was like really stressed about this class because I have heard like horror stories about it, or just like having to like work out and stuff, which isn't really a horror story, but I just
don't like the act of like doing physical activity in like a class setting.
Yeah, like in front of other people is not really my vibe.
Yeah,
I guess. But my teacher is really young, and she like does not care, and like we just. Like, we do a little warm-up most of the time, which is just, like, high knees and, like, that sort of thing. And then we walk for, like, 20 minutes, and then we're done.
That's
but, like,
nice.
I have another friend who is in walking right now, and he, like, they have to do an, like, extensive warm-up, and then they go out, walk for 10 minutes, come back, do, like, an ab workout or something. Like, they have to, like, actually work out.
That's
so
crazy.
It is just, like, really dependent on your teacher, I think.
I just, like, don't understand, like, why we have to do it in college. Like, we did PE for so many years.
And, like, if anything, I feel like it'll make people want to work out less. You know? Like, having people, like, having it forced upon you.
Let me drop it in.
But do you have any teachers that have been, like, exceptionally impactful in your life? Or your time here? Not your walking teacher.
Not, like, really.
Yeah.
I've never been, like, a school person.
Yeah.
I'm more of, like a worker. That's why, like, my freshman year I did a lot of working, and then that kind of bled into me, like, working constantly for 2 years. And this year I've really taken a step back, like, this semester, and, like, I've taken my weekends to actually, like, breathe and relax and, like, take care of myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like the relationships I make like through like work experience have been a little bit more impactful than like any relationship I made like in my education. Yeah. And that's not like a bad thing. Like I have had really good professors that have meant a lot to me, but I feel like if anything, like the most substantial part of the past few years has been like working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's like the best job you've ever had?
I actually really, really love what I do at the digital core here at Ball State. It's down the hallway.
Plug.
It's yeah, I don't know. It's given me a sense of community at Ball State. I told them like last year at the end of the year, I was like, I didn't really feel like I had a place at Ball State, and like digital core was kind of one of the reasons that I stayed. I don't know. It gives you really good experience. You get to work with like multiple different disciplines and like different types of just like things. Like I don't know how else to say it. It's just like a really great. I don't know. I've really fallen in love with it. I'm toying with the idea of getting my master's through Ball State. So if I were to do that, I would hopefully be a GA there.
Oh,
But
that's nice.
I don't know. We'll see.
And then also, you were talking the other day about joining a frat, right?
I did join one technically.
So how is that?
What
What was that process like? Like, how did you find out about it?
Okay, so it's a completely different process than any other frat on campus because there's no pledging. There's no, like, it's very different. We're also very small. I joined it because there was, like, some guys I knew from, like, my media classes. And then there were some other, like, gay guys that were in it, too, as well. And so I was like, you know what, why not? Because I was trying to, like, meet more people at senior year. Why can't I, like, not talk today? I'm, like, speaking, like, is everything coming out okay?
It's okay.
But no, yeah, like I was just trying to like meet more people, so I was like, why not just do it? And I did it, and it's pretty chill. It's there's been some like interesting things that have happened in the past month, but it's okay.
Anything that you want to talk about?
Probably not.
Okay.
But
that's okay.
Yeah, it's been a decent experience. I just have so many like female friends, which is so beautiful. I love women, obviously. But I was just like, I feel like I need more like male perspective in my life, just because I felt like that could, like, I like balance. So I was just like, I've always had like a lot of girlfriends. So I was like, why not? Especially because I already knew some of the guys, and I felt like we were able to relate.
Yeah, you might as well just do it. So and especially if it's not like the same experience as other frats.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of how I felt joining sorority here, because it is so different than other schools.
Yeah.
Like with no houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to worry about as much pressure on that.
Yeah.
Do you have like a job that you would never do again?
Probably like fast food.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
Where have you worked?
I mean, in like high school, like sophomore year, I did like Dairy Queen for like a couple months, and I was like, "Hey, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to think what other job I didn't like. I don't know. What jobs did you not like?
There was one. I worked at a like snow cone place summer after senior year, and it was really good for the most part, except the first day. Well, okay, I'm from Zionsville.
Yeah.
And there was a location in Zionsville, and you're from Carmel, right?
Yeah.
There's a location in Carmel as well, and a location at Grand Park.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get the job, you aren't applying for a specific location. They can actually schedule you at any of the locations, which I didn't know going into it.
That's really weird.
That's kind of crazy because, like, why would I want to drive 30 minutes to my job when there's one, like, 5 minutes from my house?
Literally.
But anyway, my first shift, I was scheduled at Grand Park, which is like not basketball, baseball.
Yeah, it's a huge place.
Like complex, like a ton of fields, or I don't even know what it's called. Diamonds? Yeah. I played softball. I should know that. But anyway, so they scheduled me there. I show up, and the only other girl working, it's also her first day. Mm-hmm. And she's like this is summer after my senior year, but she's like a freshman in high school.
Oh.
And so she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
But like, and I also don't know what I'm doing, but like I should be taking charge because I'm like significantly older. Mm-hmm. But then we get in there, like we can't figure out how to get the machine working. And then we get it to work, but like the ice isn't being shaved how it should be. Mm-hmm. And there were no gloves, which you need gloves because you have to like pat the thing into the shape of a snow cone.
Yeah.
And the Wi-Fi wasn't working, which is what you need to take orders. And there were a bunch of bees, and like just literally nothing was working.
Yeah.
And so we like called the manager, and he like was trying to walk us through it, and nothing was working at all. And so one thing I could figure out was like the gloves. And so I like ran to the concession stand, which was a really long run, honestly, because that's a big place. And then I get up there and I'm like, we don't have, I'm from the snow cone place, like, we don't have any gloves, like, could you please give me some? And they were like, how many do you need? And I was like, well, just like as many as possible, because like I'm at a snow cone place, like we need gloves. And she's like, I can give you 2. So she gave me 2 gloves.
Okay.
And so I went back and used the 2 gloves, and I just used the same ones for the whole time, and they were like ripping and stuff, so it was definitely like completely unsanitary. But what else was I supposed to do? And nothing was working. And so finally we like closed the windows to the shed, but like people could still see in there.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of kids started coming up because they wanted snow cones, and they were like banging on the windows and like running laps around the thing, like it was crazy. It was a horror movie, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that was like my first shift, and it was just horrible. And then another freshman showed up, and they just both started like vaping in the thing and not like doing anything else. And I don't know. It was so stressful. And after that, it got a little bit better, but there were still bees. And the only reason that I chose that job, because I had a different job, the only reason that I did that job was to work with my friends, because like 3 of them also got hired there.
Yeah.
But then the business was so slow that he started, like our boss started scheduling only 1 person per shift. So then I would just sit in like the hut for 6 hours by myself.
That's
when the only reason I did it was to work with my friends.
What the heck?
But I did get to eat like unlimited snow cones. But I only really liked the blue raspberry flavor, and so I would eat like so many of those per shift. And for like a couple months, my poop was blue.
Oh, that's crazy.
And there was nothing I could do about it.
I love snow cones.
It was really good. Like it was the perfect consistency of snow cone as well. Hoosier Tropical Snow. Shout out.
Shout out.
Go to Lions Park or Carmel. It's on like Great
I know
Drive.
Lions Park too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hot Zionsville spot, I guess.
I guess so.
Okay, but we can show what our drawings were.
Okay, so I did a bunch of random things.
It's beautiful.
So I have a little bit of a sun over here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit of a rainbow, and then I went for like holiday theme. So we have the pumpkin smile for Halloween that just happened, and then it's Christmas time now.
Yeah.
So this is the tree for that. We have a clover for St. Patty's Day, and then hearts for Valentine's Day, and then I did Barbie and Brat. I don't know why.
For Thanksgiving.
This is what happened.
Yeah,
So
it's beautiful.
this is my artistry.
It's beautiful. I made a giraffe, a butterfly, some
That's
stars,
actually so cute.
and something else.
I love the squiggle.
Thank you.
The rainbow.
But they're cute. And I'll have coloring sheets for you next time.
Slay.
But thank you for joining me.
Of course.
And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next episode.
time.
Woo!